Can one visionary company change the face of global football, not just playing the game, but changing the game itself? Join us as we unravel the enigma of City Football Group, a powerhouse stirring as much debate as it does admiration. From dominating pitches with Manchester City's dynamic play to secretive strategies and vast networks, is this more than just a sports empire? First up, what exactly is City Football Group? Known widely as the force driving the Manchester City juggernaut, there's a lot more beneath the surface. Let's dive into the story behind the headlines and uncover what's really happening inside this football revolution. So first things first, what is the City Football Group? You have probably heard they are the men behind the Man City freight train, but what's going on here? City Football Group is an example of the multi-club ownership model, a sweeping trend in professional football today. This is basically when a single entity or business owns multiple football clubs across different leagues and countries. This approach allows the owner to share resources between various clubs, move players between them too, and maximize commercial profits through broader sponsorship deals. It helps lower risks and expand the owner's influence in the global football market. So, all in all, it sounds like a pretty good gig for the owners. However, is it a good thing for the beautiful game? As it can also raise concerns about competition fairness. Is it just a way for owners to cheat financial rules and find loopholes in the system? For example, let's say Man City can't buy another player, or they will go over their spending limit. Then, perhaps Girona of Spain, another City Football Group club, could just buy that player, and eventually that player can be bought or go on loan to City at a sneakily cheap price. Nice business for some, don't you think? City Football Group can use strategic synergies between clubs to help their overall portfolio of teams to be successful. For many, even suggesting you can have a portfolio of clubs sounds ridiculous, but this is the modern game. And this is exactly what City Football Group are taking advantage of. Owning multiple clubs allows the sharing of best practices, scouting networks, marketing strategies, and management expertise, aiming to enhance performance and operational efficiency across all clubs. You can essentially run multiple clubs as one giant, well-oiled machine, with all of the clubs being mutually beneficial to one another. Perhaps one of the most controversial parts of the multi-club model is that it isn't something that just anybody can benefit from. Look at the likes of City Football Group. They are backed by Middle Eastern oil money, with owners worth literally billions. It's easy to game the system and have a monopoly when that's who's backing you. However, it's simply not possible for the majority of clubs. City Football Group is like a giant wave rolling across the seas, covering continents and consuming them in its multi-club machine. From Montevideo to Melbourne and Manchester to Mumbai, City Football Group, more than any other multi-club owner, are going for global domination, and they aren't doing pretty badly. Other clubs in their portfolio include Bahia of Brazil, Palermo of Italy, and New York City FC. Multi-club owners can move promising players between clubs to aid their development, expose them to different styles of play, and increase their market value. In the meantime, they don't need to waste time on the bench when they can play at the sixth club in your portfolio. This mobility helps younger players gain experience and visibility, benefiting from less restrictive loan rules within the ownership structure. The perfect example of this is the fantastic young Brazilian winger, Savinho. Also known as Savio, the 20-year-old has been a sensation for Girona in La Liga this year. But listen to this. He signed for Troyes in France from his native Brazil for just over $6 million. He has never been bought by Girona. He is there on loan. Of course, a nice little deal was done between two City Football Group clubs. His next stop? You guessed it, Man City. Coincidence? I think not. Something similar is also the rumored plan for the latest young star that City is bringing in. Claudio Echeverri of River Plate has already been bought by Man City, but word has it he will go straight on loan to Girona in Spain. Win, win, win. City Football Group keeps their player happy by giving him game time, keeps Girona happy by essentially giving them a free signing for a season, and keeps City happy by developing a fine young talent for their future. It's an incredibly effective and efficient system, but whether it is correct or fair is another thing. So, as well as talent development, there are massive commercial benefits for the City Football Group. They can manipulate the market with relative ease given their place in over a dozen countries. Plus, beyond that, with their clubs in these various markets, the owners can negotiate better sponsorship and merchandise deals and lever their broader geographic footprint. This often includes global partnerships that can be extended across the different clubs, maximizing commercial reach and revenue. City Football Group have partnerships with the likes of Nissan and Puma, of course, not to mention Etihad Airways, a company who are essentially owned by the owners of City Football Group, the state of the UAE. This means they can sneakily manipulate deals and do business with multiple clubs of their own, perhaps for the benefit of the biggest one, Manchester City. When you go deep into the details, the benefits are quite mind-boggling. It's like a cheat code for global football, available only to the super rich, lest we forget. Sheikh Mansour, who is indirectly the primary owner of City Football Group and therefore Man City and other clubs, has a net worth of at least £17 billion and a family fortune of about $1 trillion. Yikes! Let's talk about another element of the footballing empire that helps drive growth and popularity across the planet: influence expansion. By owning clubs in key markets, the entity can spread its brand and influence more widely, gaining fans and stakeholders worldwide. This global presence can significantly boost the owner's power in the international football scene. City Football Group have kept consistency between some of their top teams. From kit colours to crests and style of play, the City Football Group has a powerful global image now. Last but not least, and on a very controversial note, how can a multi-club model, or City Football Group in particular, use its power to bend the rules, those like domestic or UEFA financial fair play, for example? Can City Football Group use their wealth, power and friends in high places to disguise income and therefore spend a lot more than other teams, gaining an unfair competitive advantage? We have seen the likes of Everton and Nottingham Forest be charged for FFP breaches this season and deducted points for their misdemeanours. But City was charged by the Premier League for over 100 alleged breaches of financial rules. The case has been referred to an independent commission. It's dangerous to accuse City. At the moment, these are allegations and a case is ongoing, but perhaps there is no smoke without fire. Perhaps the rise of City Football Group and the Man City jewel in the crown is too good to be true, and perhaps over 100 alleged breaches means that simply by way of probability, some of those have to end up in a guilty verdict. Time will tell. City's legendary coach Pep Guardiola has been vociferous in his defense of the club, saying that he knows the rules haven't been broken and that the sooner the investigation is over, the better. He has also ensured City fans that no matter what happens, he will be the man in the driving seat for the foreseeable future, which is interesting considering that one of the worst possible scenarios for City could be relegation to the Championship. Imagine Pep breaking the points record in 2 different English leagues. The City Football Group website states, "Today, City Football Group is the world's leading private owner and operator of football clubs, with total or partial ownership of 13 clubs in major cities across the world." Needless to say, there is no mention of an investigation on that website, just a powerful portfolio of clubs across the continents and the scent of ambition, the hunger for more. Erling Haaland and Guardiola don't seem to be stopping, and neither do the City Football Group, the biggest multi-club ownership model on the planet. Currently unstoppable, opposition fans are praying for sanctions and the downfall of this football empire, but their stock only rises as their clubs become more and more successful. This year, Girona was pushing Real Madrid in La Liga and might yet play Champions League football next year. Manchester City won a historic treble in 2023, and Palermo is pushing for a return to Serie A in Italy. What do you think of the multi-club ownership model? Is it fun? Is it fair? The benefits are certainly obvious for those in power, but perhaps it's killing the beautiful game. Get your thoughts in the comments section below and bash the subscribe button for more videos like this one.